Deontay, as always, a pleasure to see you returning to the ring November 23rd. Here we go again with Luis Ortiz. It was thrilling first time round. What do we expect on the second occasion?
Yeah, it's going to be amazing, just like it was the first time. You know, the thing about me, one thing for sure, people can, when they hear about a Deontay Wilder fight, they definitely can get excited because they know they're going to see a knockout. At least it's the potential of it. You know, it's a high potential to see a knockout when it comes to Deontay Wilder, and I've proven myself over and over and over again, you know. So that just lets you know the passion that I bring to the sport, you know, the mindset, the feeling that I am the king, you know, I am the best. And I had a lot of things to overcome in the first one, especially in the 7th round, but it wasn't nothing, you know. In that round, I was talking to myself. I was very clear of what was going on. I was buzzed. I was highly buzzed, but I had my conscience. I was coaching myself. Keep punching Deontay. Stay close. I know if I smothered him, that he couldn't release off a lot of punches or get enough steam on it to be able to hit me flush with it. You know, many times I said, make sure the ref is seeing you. Action, having some type of activity. Because I know if you show no activity, he's going to fight. Even when I survived the 7th round and came out in the 8th round, and Ortiz, you know, charged me with a couple of punches, and we was doing the body, we was close in on the body. One time I spent out on him, but I made sure I came back with 2 punches. It didn't intend to hurt him in no way, not even to land on him, but to let him know that I'm still here.
But it was a crisis in your career.
Most definitely. It was one that I had confirmation for, you know, that I know that what I could do. It's just a point for me is that I have to prove people. I have to prove to people each and every time, which I've accepted that challenge a long time ago. You know, ever since a little boy, I've always had to prove people. I couldn't they never just believed me, you know. I've always had to prove, you know, and same thing here, you know. It's no difference. And it's all good for me because the satisfaction that I get to prove a person wrong that felt a certain type of way about me because they don't understand what they see or nor what they may not understand what they hear, but I give it to them. One thing about Deontay Wilder, he walks it like he talks it.
We've known about Luis Ortiz a long, long time before that fight, but even in March last year at the Barclays Center, it surprised us. It was a great fight, wasn't it? Was it a fight that afterwards you just wanted to do again?
Most definitely. I knew that was, after this fight, I was like, it has to be a rematch for this fight. This is great TV. This is meant for great TV, you know, to be able to come out with him and have a fight that you not know what was going to happen. You know, we was filling each other out at any given moment. You on the edge of your seat. Some people were standing up in the audience. Sometimes I go back and look at that fight and see people just standing up. They would not sit down because how intense it is, how emotional people are involved, you know. And I can only imagine the emotion that people's going to carry for me.
Does that give you pleasure that the fans are like that they want to see you in the ring?
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, I want to feel that energy. When I come out to the ring, and I step onto the canvas and I turn around, I raise my hand in the air because I'm feeling the energy. I'm obtaining all energies up in here that's for me, you know. And when I traps it down, and in my mind I see, you know what I'm saying? And that is like I got a 360 arranged around me. I understand everything that's around me. I feel all the positive energy that's around me, and I'm ready to go.
And for the fight fans, we don't quite know what we're going to get with Deontay Wilder. It's the unpredictability of it. It's the 1-round blowout against Dominic Breazeale, or it's the fight with Tyson Fury really went down and you nearly got him at the end, and there was, you know, did you win the fight? Did he win it? You don't know. Is that the sort of the fascination around the bronze bomber?
Almost definitely. You know, in my everyday life, you know, if you would ask the closest people next to me, you would ask them to describe Deontay Wilder, they would tell you he's unpredictable. You know, I move strategically. You know, my father always told me, don't let everybody know everything about you, son. You know, always keep some things to yourself. Some things I'll go to my grave with, you know. Some things people, you know, they don't need to know of me, you know, and that's just how I am. I'm just a person that you know, naturally I love being alone because I learned so much about myself. You know, I tell people my 30s have been some of the best years of my life. For me, understanding who I am, what I stand for, what I represent. Not saying that I didn't know before or getting to that point, because I did. It was just a lot of more clarification.
Are you saying about boxing or stuff outside?
Just all in all, because all of it helps me with boxing. That's why I have the mindset that I have. That's why I say the things that I say. What other fighter you know that say things and it come to pass? Like, I've done it over and over and over and over. I had some people at Showtime that say, mate, they say, we go back and look at your press conferences of your fights when we first got with you. He said, man, everything you say, it happens. And it's just a timing, you know what I mean? I understand a lot of things that a lot of people don't understand, you know. I have a sixth sense, you know. People think I'm crazy when I say certain things because they're not in tune. They're not up to game on certain things, which is okay. I don't fault you for not understanding what I'm saying. It may sound crazy, but one day you may get into something. You may understand my language that I speak. What's the thing wrong with the world now? Because we have language barriers. We don't understand each other.
You say you're surprised us. You go back home to your family, then you pop up in the UK. You come over to Yorkshire and you know, open restaurants and stuff. You just never know with you, do you?
You just never know. You know what I mean? I'm all over the place. You know, when they say it's the heavyweight champion of the world, I really value those words, of the world. I'm a world traveler. I love to travel the world. I love to go in other people's cultures and learn from it. Like, although I'm from America, when I come to someone else's territory, like, I am no longer of my country, although my classification says American. But I'm like a chameleon when I come to other people's territories. I adapt. I want to become of you, what you guys do, so I can learn. So when I take it back to my country, I'm like, I understand. I can differentiate certain things and understand the culture of life in other areas. You know what I'm saying? It's just the magical part of just that theory of the mindset, breaking it down of first seeing that, oh, this is different. We do this and we do that. But then now you come to the conclusion of why they do this and why we do that. You know what I'm saying? And you bring it to, you know, it's a lot of little things, you know, that I like about the world and traveling, and especially with different places. I'm big into meditation, you know what I mean? It allowed me to have a clear mindset, you know. It allowed me to smile. I'm the happiest person that I know, you know what I mean? Although, you know, my friend called me and he said, and he put some words. I can't put it together like he did, but I'm gonna try. And he put it in the words of like, how can God bless us with the gifts so great, with a heart of a man that's so pure, that's so genuine, that'll help anyone out in the world, but give you the power of God that'll knock any man out in the world. You know what I mean? It was like he gave me that blessing and that curse. You know what I mean? It's like the sweet and sour. You know, the heaven and earth, you know, all the mixtures of the, you know, of the night and day. Because with my personality as Deontay Wilder, like I'm amazing, man. You know what I mean? But when I get in the ring, I'm a different man.
You bring the excitement, you bring the electricity, you bring the power, of course, to the ring. You didn't have the biggest upset of the year. That was Andy Ruiz against Anthony Joshua. That was a phenomenal night in Madison Square Garden in June. That's rocked the heavyweight division. How are you seeing things now? I mean, you obviously believe you're number one, but you've got Andy Ruiz as world champion with all the belts. He's got the rematch with AJ. Tyson Fury's waiting to take on Deontay Wilder again in February. How do you assess it all at the moment?
I mean, this is amazing, first off, Adam, you know, just to be able to be in the heavyweight division and have so much excitement going on, because when I was coming up, it wasn't all this excitement. We was on a pursuit of trying to get it to this point, and to be able to have it at this point is just, I mean, it's such an overwhelming feeling, and to be at the top and be one of the guys that's people have questions and see who's the number one guy. It's even more of an amazing feeling. It's a blessing, because especially how I came up in this sport. You know, you're not looking at a Olympic sensation that just popped out of nowhere. Once I did what I did in medal for my country, I went right back to club shows. You know, I got me a good signing bonus, but I still had to work my way back up. You know what I mean? It was so different here in America, but, you know, I appreciate the journey. You know, it allowed me to become who I am. I'm at peace. I'm happy. You know, and when you at peace and when you happy, and your heart is like, you can feel it pumping every day, and it's pumping not because it's a sorrow and sadness, and you in the need of you in need of anything. It's pumping because it's so happy, and you can see, and I can, man, I thank God. Like, how can you make a man so happy?
A happy fighter is a good fighter.
Oh man, with a dangerous job that we have, you know, it's amazing. You know, I have to be happy in this sport. I have to have a clear mindset, especially when I'm going into camp, because I'm going back home Monday, getting into camp, and my mindset is going to be on one man. Every time I hit the bag, I'm thinking about that man. Every time I hit the speed bag, I'm thinking about that man. Every time I'm doing anything pertaining to boxing or getting my body in shape, I'm thinking about that man.
November 23rd, it is Luis Ortiz. Then what happens in the rematch, do you think, with AJ and Ruiz in Saudi Arabia? What do you think happens there?
I really don't know. I can give you my opinion, and my opinion is I just don't think AJ's ready for that. You know, he's one of those. I'm one of the people he's definitely gonna have to prove wrong. I mean, many people prove me wrong, or have, doubted me. You know, like I said from the beginning, and still do. So I'm one of those people. He's just really gonna have to prove me wrong. I'm a fighter. I understand body language. I'm very smart when it comes to the body, and certain things, and what his body was saying in that ring, it let me know everything that I needed to see. Only the fighter would know within himself, and people that's around that he told. The secret, the truth is still to be told, and that's okay, because that's how you want to keep it. You want to keep people guessing. You know what I'm saying? Was it this or was it that? That's why the second fight is big. Make it bigger, because people don't know what to think. And this is going to be the one that people finally see what it really was. And if he's not right, and they saying one thing and he does another, in there, people are going to have their own perspective of what they think of him afterwards. That's why people say, oh, if you lose, it's over, because people going to get the perspective of, well, it must was what it was, you know what I mean? But it's only for him. I think this add even more pressure on top of him. And when I talk about the situation, I talk about him, I feel like drained. It may be from him. I feel drained. You know what I'm saying? Trust me, I have a sixth sense. People don't know this about a lot of things. Just like I'm a certified scuba diver. Not only I'm dangerous on top of land, but I'm dangerous in the what? Yeah, I could travel all over the world to scuba dive. I love it. It's one of my a great hobby of mine. So I love it.
That's good. That's good to know. But you're picking Ruiz again, you think?
I am. I think Ruiz got all the motivation and confidence that he needed in the first fight. I mean, look at what his life has done, and I don't think he's the one that's gonna just dwell on our obtain a little bit of taste of success. Because making $1 million, making $3 million, going home, whatever the person was, it's just a beginning, especially when you become a champion, to what you can do. And you can't get caught up into thinking like, oh, $3 million, this is, you gotta like saying, well, shit, if I got that, then I can get more. But you gotta stay hungry. You gotta stay hungry. That's what, that's why I was just saying what he said. It was, my man Hagler saying you can't get out of the sheet, out of the bed and sit pajamas.
Yeah.
That's what it is. You get too lazy and you get so comfortable and you feel like I've made it. You get that feeling in your heart. You ain't got to wake up. You only wake up when you want to. You only do what you want to do. You have the money to go anywhere you want to go. You know what I'm saying? Well, at least at the time of the being or whatever you have. So he can get lazy, but. I think like I said, with the win, that was a big booster, and I think he got a lot of people around him, especially the Mexican people, that's every day reminding him.
He's a great story, Andy Ruiz.
Most
but
definitely.
Is it bad for you if Anthony Joshua doesn't win the titles back? Because surely that's a huge fight.
But the Ruiz fight is even huger. The Ruiz fight.
So whoever wins,
whoever the win is going to be a big fight. But the biggest fight of it all is me, Andy Ruiz, and Deontay, fight. After that, because of his background, he got a Hispanic background, and he's American, so he got both of the sides. And what he's done, it being the first Mexican heavyweight champion of the world, that's huge. That is huge for Mexico because they never had that before. So a lot of people that wasn't alert on him, they are now, and you know how they are with boxing, you know what I'm saying? So it makes it even bigger than you in America. You know what I'm saying? It's bigger than what Joshua could ever be.
For you, it's Luis Ortiz and then Tyson Fury in February. Is that done? Is that ready? Obviously, Fury had the cut. Do you expect that to happen?
Yes, most definitely. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to do what I got to do.
Another rematch.
Another rematch. I'm rematching all. I mean, look at the route I'm taking. What more do I have to prove? What other person is taking the route that I'm taking? I do not have to fight these guys. I didn't have to fight them. I wasn't obligated to do nothing. I'm the champion. I do what I want to do. I bet on myself. I move how I want to move. No matter what people may say, I run my operation. Point blank, period. You know what I mean? So with that being said, I'm the one that's doing the blessing, and I bless like I want to. And I feel this should go like it did. The Ortiz, and then Fury, and then unification. For one champion, one face, one name. How brilliant, how amazing that would be to travel that journey of killers, boom, boom, back to back to back, and obtain glory. It will happen, watch.
You wiped out Dominic Brazil this year. Do you expect to knock out Luis Ortiz quicker than you did?
In devastating fashion.
In devastating fashion?
In devastating fashion. If you understand subliminal messages.
November 23rd. It's going to be fireworks again, yeah?
In devastating. Woo. It's going to be amazing. And I'm sure people know they take my word, I don't think they take it lightly at this point in time. I'm proving that I walk it like I talk it. I was just talk. I've been this way ever since I was young, too. You just never know when it comes to Deontay Wilder. I think my last name is perfect.
You're American. You're loved in the UK as well. Obviously, we've got Anthony Joshua, we've got Tyson Fury, there's Daniel Dubois coming, Joe Joyce, plenty there. What's your message to the UK fighters and the UK fans?
For the fans, I still to this day, I think they're some of the best fans in the world, you know what I mean? Just that energy they provide to the sport, you know what I mean? It's just amazing, especially every time I go there. I'm always getting, loads of crowds where I go, day in and day out. I've never seen so many people will come. They'll stay at your hotel to the time is sun up to the time sun down. It's like, what do you got to do? You don't have nothing to do today, But it's just amazing to see them run behind your cars and stuff like that. When you in the sport, you definitely want to be in an environment that people appreciate and love what you do. And when I come to the UK, I get that feeling. I get that opportunity first off, you know what I'm saying? Because they allow me to come in the country, you know what I mean? We could be, the way the world is now, man, and what stuff going on, they might cut out everybody traveling. Everybody may have to stay in their own country, But, But I appreciate that, and I just appreciate the fans. And what was the second question?
The UK fighters.
The UK fighters, yeah. You definitely got some great guys on the horizon. I really like Daniel Dubois. I really liking that kid. He's strong. He seems very focused. He seems very disciplined in what he's doing. He seems like he's on a mission. So I definitely, wish him well, on his pursuit of coming up. I think he's going to be a good challenger, Whether it's me and I'm still here or whether it's somebody else, I think he's going to be a good challenger. I think he's definitely going to make it to fight for a world title one day. To be a champion, who knows? But I think he'll get to that point. Along with a lot of other ones. I like a lot of the other guys as well too. But for me, he stands out the most.
Alexander Usyk a threat maybe?
Alexander Usyk is not a threat to me. He's too small for me. He do a lot of movement and stuff like that, but that don't faze me.
Who's the biggest threat out there?
Myself. It's myself. I have something, Adam, that I've been blessed with. And as we can see, it lasts from the 1st through the 12th. It never goes away, no matter what people may see. They may think I'm fatigued, tired, like I'm out of it. If you get hit, it's going to be repercussions to pay from it. And it's amazing because I don't even know the strength of my own power. I don't even know. I'll hold my fiance hand sometime and stuff. She's like, baby, you squeeze too tight. But I'm feeling like it's regular. Or I'll put my hands, like I'm very heavy-handed.
You gotta be careful.
Very heavy-handed. I don't understand my own strength and power. So I can only imagine when I hit these guys, and I'm only getting better with my technique. That's one thing out of everything that I've been working on is the technique of coming from point A to point B in lightning speed. Because the speed is the power, but I already reversed with the power. So when all that accumulates together and lightning and power transform from point A to point B, damn, baby, good night.
Finally, will you finally unify the heavyweight division in 2020?
There will be one champion, one face, one name. He go by the name of Deontay Wilder.
No doubt it will happen.
No doubt. If all goes well, you know, it ain't just up to me, you know, but I speak with confidence, you know, when I say it, you know, I speak with confidence. That I know that all things gonna come in plan, like we wanted to plan. It's up to a lot of other peoples to do what they gotta do too, but I think they're gonna get the job done. And when they do, the world is gonna see one of the biggest fights of their lives. One of the most dramatic, most powerful. What other man deserves it than I? A leader. I'm a king, a ruler. I have power in my tongue. Things don't come to existence, comes to pass for nothing when I speak. It's been like this since young, but I understand it now. I understand everything. Not only just when I say now, it's just like, I've been understanding years, but now it's just, I understand what's understood don't have to be explained, you know what I'm saying?
Good to see you looking so well.
Always good.
Feeling so happy.
Yes, sir.
And we'll see you again November 23rd.
I can't wait, baby. UK, I love you. And hey, I'm gonna fight there as well too. I got plans to fight in there as well too.
Well, we'd like you to.
I most definitely have to. I fought there one time. I loved it. It was good. Ollie Harrison.
Yeah.
Me and Ollie still cool to this day. And I'm looking to have my own show. I wanna see how the people would turn up for me to have a show there, you know.
And you might buy a place as well.
I don't know yet. You know,
We'll see.
We'll see. We got many places. Until next time, Adam. Always a pleasure.
Cheers, Deontay.
Blessings.
Nice to see you.